All right, ladies and gentlemen, part two, exposing Meet Kevin, the scam artist, fraudster, con man, the guy who was arrested for DUI, who should be disqualified from being an investment advisor. He also sold the FTX Ponzi scheme. He promoted that. He was paid to promote that. He was selling unregistered securities, so I'm wondering how he was able to be a investment advisor. Now, that's a state license, not the what you hear of typically. It's a state license. Anybody can get it. Series 63. Anybody can pass the exam. Has virtually nothing to do with anything of securities on the exam. It's basic state laws, securities laws. That's all it is. This guy's not qualified or capable of providing anybody with any sound investment advice or analysis regarding stocks and bonds. He's clueless. He's a con man. He's proven all of this. Don't forget, of course, this circle jerk of these fake investment gurus on YouTube, and there are hundreds of them. But you've got closely associated Graham Stephan. Obviously, he's in the cabal. You've got also this Jeremy Lefebvre or whatever. Also the same situation. Tom Nash or Tomer Nesher. That's his real name. Obviously, he's in the cabal as well. And this CoffeeZilla, and I'll be exposing this CoffeeZilla more in the future, by the way. The guy's a hypocrite and a scam artist and fraud. He's not who he says he is. He's never uncovered anything. And he tries to uncover something, I guess, crypto scams. How can you uncover a crypto scam when the cryptocurrency is a scam? The whole notion of cryptocurrency is a scam. You understand that. Why aren't you saying that? Cryptocurrencies are involved in illegal activities. Cryptocurrencies completely fuels ransomware. Cryptocurrencies fuels illegal drug trafficking, human sex trafficking, terroristic activities. Cryptocurrencies are backed by nothing. There's no guarantee of anything. They're a scam. They're also a scam because the exchanges are defrauding people. They're creating fake trading volumes. They're manipulating the prices, so on and so forth. It goes on and on and on. I've called out cryptocurrencies being a scam many years ago from day one. So CoffeeZilla, you're fake, you're fraud. You claim to come after cryptocurrencies and the cryptocurrency scammers. You promote videos. You get paid to promote videos on scammers. I see scam ads on your videos. You're being paid to promote scam ads. How are you a fraud detective when you are getting paid by the fraudsters to promote their advertisements? And you promoted Tom Nash, who is a liar and fake investment guru. He's a scammer. Anyway, I'll get to this twerp in the future. He's just one of a long list of scammers on YouTube. YouTube has become the world's largest portal for scams and scam artists. If you're monetizing your content, you're a scammer. Write it down. No exceptions. If you're monetizing your content on YouTube, you're a scammer. Why? Because everybody on YouTube, all the content creators know that almost all the ads on YouTube are scams. Therefore, they're partnering with scammers and scam ads. They're selling scam ads. Why would you do that? Why would you place your audience in a vulnerable state by showing them random scam ads? Oh, well, I don't control that. But you know YouTube is putting scam ads on your channel. Why would you do that? Because you're in it for the money. All of you people. You're all scammers on YouTube. Get a job and stop being parasites. Stop being predators of people. Create value. Stop scamming people. Now, let's move on to Kevin. Kevin is the biggest scam artist probably on YouTube, most likely. And I think he's the biggest scam artist under 35 in the world. Now, let's take a look here. Daddy of 7. That's scary. There's going to be 7 more of you. I really hope something bad happens to Kevin. I hope something bad happens. Use your imagination. Okay? And I hope it happens really soon. And you can take a look here.
So you're here tomorrow to ring the bell. Congratulations, man. You have done so much. 1.8 million YouTube viewers. People love you.
They love you. No, they don't. Once again, Charles Payne Fox, this guy's a scam artist. He's a penny stock promoter. He has already got in trouble. You can look it up. He's a fraud. Charles Payne is a scam, and he promotes scammers on Fox. He promotes these doomsday con men. Charles Payne and Fox, you're a disgusting network. Even, well, I shouldn't say, well, CNBC has its own list of scammers. I mean, they allow Jim Cramer, but at least they bolted, they axed the Nigerians after Nigerians were, they got caught up in the Voyager digital scam. The Nigerians now, they've been axed from CNBC. Fox is still promoting, allowing Charles Payne, the scam artist who promotes penny stock scams. They're allowing this guy on the network. And once again, folks, I told you before, I mentioned this before in part 1, it's very simple. If you want to spot or protect yourself from the army of scammers out there, and they're all over the place, it's quite simple. You need to first be able to spot one of them. And once you spot one, you look and see who they're hanging out with. And then you look and see who these other guys that they hang out with are hanging out with. And you're going to spot the whole army eventually. It's a great example here. Kevin, the scammer, is being promoted by this guy. Scammer and scammer. Scammer versus scammer. There you go. There you have it. Let's listen to this guy's book.
People looked up to you.
13 years ago, I stood over there looking at this very door, wondering what it would be like on the inside. Now,
I don't believe that. That's a lie. Why do I say that? Folks, this guy, just a few years ago, not so long ago, told you he knew nothing about investments. He knew nothing about the stock market. He claimed he would not ever create any courses on the stock market. He knew nothing about it. Let me remind you. Let me refresh your memory here.
real estate's freaking easy because I look at this stuff and I go, I know what to do. Stocks, I don't know. So don't ever expect Meet Kevin to sell you a stock investing course. Hey everyone, thank you so much for considering this program on Mastering Your Money. You're here because you want to grow your net worth. At least that's what I'm guessing, because who doesn't want a larger net worth?
Here you have it, folks. Complete scam artist, fraudster. That's who this guy is. He has no concern, no regard for the money that he's taken from people, steering them into the gutter. He's caused so many people, and you people out there who he's caused to lose their ass in the stock market with this ridiculous advice, his ridiculous picks, his ridiculous pumping of trash, from Peloton to all types of trash. You people, you're to blame as well. You're part of the problem. You're not coming out and exposing this guy. You're not coming out and telling how this guy caused you to lose everything. That's the problem. You're not going to post. You can't post it on his channel. He's going to delete it. He deletes all the comments that are that expose him. You got to come out with your own videos on this fraudster. That's what he is. He's a big fraudster.
Name on the New York Stock Exchange badge, and I can go inside. I took my enthusiasm for the market and money.
So, enthusiasm for the market and money. Folks, anybody that means he's a money worshiper. Money worshipers are very evil, disgusting people. You want to stay away from them because they don't care what they do, who they hurt to get money. And that's what you have mostly on YouTube. Just about all these YouTube creators are money worshipers. That's a problem. That's why they don't care that they are selling scam ads to their audience. They're monetizing their channel. They know that the ads are scammy. They don't care about their audience. They're money worshipers. So he claims he has enthusiasm for the stock market a long time ago, yet he knew nothing about the stock market. You just saw that, right? The guy's a liar and a fraud. It's that simple.
And started learning everything I could about real estate. I would be the most transparent governor that would exist, and you would have my commentary every single day.
Yeah.
I became a...
The whole governors was a scam, PR scam. And by the way, let me just mention something. I don't know if I talked about it in part one. I'll go ahead and say it again. I began noticing, and of course, I've been monitoring as an expert, probably the top expert in the world on detecting frauds and fraudsters, con artists, specifically in the financial media genre. And I do this for the benefit of the public. I do this on my own time. I don't charge any money for it. I could have had, channels. I could have had a YouTube channel exposing this, using censoring myself correct, politically correct language, and I could have been exposed to this all these years. I don't want to be part of YouTube. YouTube is a disgusting criminal portal. So I expose this stuff on my website for the benefit of intelligent investors who know what's going on, but they want a little more insight into the scammers. And one thing I noticed about 5 years ago is all these YouTubers started to get fooled by the so-called, I call it the transparency scam. Maybe 6 years ago, actually, or even longer. I have a video, actually. I'll show it in the future. The girl apparently has pulled her channel down. She was promoting Ricky Gutierrez, and she was telling how great his stock trading bullshit is. Of course, Ricky Gutierrez is an obvious fraud and scam artist. But she was showing on her channel her tax returns. And it was obvious, like, I'm going to show the video in the future. She's a complete fraud. She was lying about her so-called trading profits and so forth, and you could see it in her tax returns. She's too stupid to realize it. But anyway, hopefully I'll show it in the future. The transparency scam. I started noticing all these idiots. I like him because he's transparent. He's transparent. Look, he's showing his account. Folks, that's a scam. Number one, write it down. Anybody that goes out of their way to show you, and they're trying to like sell you something online, like, right? Take me for instance. I'm a world-class analyst. I've never come out and talked about any money. Don't talk about money. I provide research. That's it. I don't try and lure people into things. I provide research. I cater to people who are responsible, intelligent, not fucking idiots, not fly by night, get rich quick idiots. That's for scammers. I never mention anything about money. Anyone who's promoting anything that they do and talks about all their money, it's the lifestyle scam. It's no different than showing the Lambo. Okay? When you're talking about money, I made all this money. Kevin does this. He's been doing this for years. And I can guarantee you right now, it's a lie. He's fucking lying. All those years, he showed a bank statement and this and that. It's a lie. Okay? You believe it. You don't know how the accounts can be commingled. He noticed he marked out the account name. Okay? You can manipulate all that stuff. Just like people believe Ricky Gutierrez, when he showed the trading screen, he was using Thinkorswim, which has fake accounts. You people are so naive, man. Anyone who goes out of their way to show that they're transparent is trying to con you. They're lying. It's a scam. You got it? In fact, I recently came across some guy on one of these channels. I've got the information. I'll show it eventually. He claims completely transparent trader. He's made millions. I asked for the transparency. You know what they show me? They show me some baloney brokerage statement that doesn't show all the transactions. It just shows like the account balance. It doesn't show anything. It's nonsense. And I'll talk about this in the future. I've known about this guy for even longer. This Chris Camillo, another fucking lying scammer, who also, claimed to have audited brokerage statements. And I got a hold of them, and it's completely bogus, complete nonsense. Folks, first of all, if you're going to look at something audited, it doesn't mean a whole lot. It doesn't mean anything because companies, accounting firms will just put their name on it, whatever. Okay? You got to look at every transaction. You want to see that every transaction has been audited. And you want an audit that goes to the brokerage firm. You want the brokerage firm to verify that. That's what you want. And even more so, you want to see the tax returns and the Social Security statements. You understand? Trust me. That's how you do it. Okay? That's how you do it. And any of these guys, if they're ever sued through the discovery process, you're going to find out that they've been lying because they're going to have to produce all this stuff, you see? But nobody comes out and touts their money and then tries to sell you courses on making money. That's a scam. I mean, even besides that, this is a guy, some kid, some recent college graduate who knows he's a salesman. He sells real estate. He doesn't know shit. He's a salesman. And what's shocking is that I've come across real estate agents that are pretty knowledgeable, have been doing it for 30 years. And they're not coming out on YouTube and selling all these fucking courses on real estate. They know a lot more than this guy does. And they still don't know jack shit. Because if you want to know real estate, folks, there's no fucking secrets to real estate. That's a lie. Anybody that tells you different is a complete fraud. There's one thing that you should want to know in real estate that's very difficult to know. And it's what I focus on. It's what I know. And that's real estate valuation. Okay? That's the key. Why? Because you want to buy real estate cheap. If you really understand how to value real estate, and the market approach is largely bogus, by the way. I'm not going to get into that. That's the key, is understanding how to value real estate. I'm the guy who predicted the financial crisis. I'm the guy who predicted just about every detail of the financial crisis. I probably know how to value real estate. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, there's no secrets to real estate. Anybody who tells you there's secrets, they've got the secrets. They're going to show you the techniques. They're fraudsters. Write it down. Write it down. There's no secrets. Okay? Real estate has historically been one of those areas where the scam artists flock to. Tell you they got secrets. Robert Kiyosaki. Okay? All these guys. Tom Vu. Right? Dean Gracioso, right? The list goes on. Carlton Sheets. And let me just mention something. I don't know if I mentioned it in part one. Don't you find it a little bit awkward that so many of these scammers on YouTube are from the real estate industry? They're failed real estate agents like Kevin. Kevin's a failed real estate agent. You failed, buddy. You weren't making the money. You weren't cutting the mustard. That's why you bought leads from Dave Ramsey. You bought real estate leads from him. I mean, if you're successful, you're not buying leads from Dave Ramsey. If you're successful, you know how to get leads, right? If you're successful, you stay in real estate. You don't become a YouTube influencer. Graham Stephan, another failed real estate agent I talked about in part one. CoffeeZilla, another failed real estate agent. That's right. All these guys. Another fake detective guru, the Spencer Cornelia, who's a complete disgusting, dishonest scumbag. CoffeeZilla, I think, kind of he got infected by the money. Now he's YouTube infests all these people. It's a disease. Monetization means you're down the toilet. You're down the tubes. You get infected. CoffeeZilla got infected, and now he's who he is today. He's a scammer. He's a disingenuous scammer. He's promoted scammers. He's never come and apologized and corrected himself. And he doesn't go after Meet Kevin and all these other fake investment gurus. He doesn't do it now. They're protected. But Spencer Cornelia, I believe this guy was a scammer from day one. A complete scumbag. And apparently he's launching his courses now. I'll get into these guys in the future. And I'm going to start doing probably some live streams for selected people on my site. But let's continue here with this scam artist.
Licensed financial advisor. Why not?
You're licensed by the state of California. Anybody can get a state license. It's very simple and then means nothing. Even if you get a Series 7, you got a Series 63. I don't care what type of Series 7, 63, 65, 23, 22, doesn't matter. It means nothing. All it means is you're legally able to conduct the business specified by that license. That's it. Doesn't mean you know jack shit. Okay? And you don't know jack shit. Do I need to remind everyone here?
Real estate's freaking easy because I look at this stuff and I go, I know what to do. Stocks, I don't know. So don't ever expect Meet Kevin to sell you a stock investing course. Hey everyone, thank you so much for considering this program on Mastering Your Money.
Yeah, so within a year, he learned enough to make courses. Make courses on the stock market. So that's who you're dealing with, folks. This guy's a complete scumbag, fraudster, money-worshipping parasite. He's a parasite. Meet Kevin the parasite.
Not advertise these things that you told us here. I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Always great to have you on, Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin.
Yeah, there you go. Yahoo Finance. Let me explain to you folks what goes on with these media companies. Yahoo Finance is a criminally insane, it's run by criminally insane sociopaths. It's a boiler room scam. And they promote scam artists and scammers. They create dumb money. And what happened? Let me explain to you all. If you all don't know how the media works, let me explain to you how it works. This is especially true for certain media companies, but they all, for the most part, do this. Here's how it works. If you have a lot of followers, okay? if you have a lot of followers, you're guaranteed to get exposure in the media. Why? Because they want to sell advertisements, and they want your followers to watch your leader, your cult member. And if you watch him on Yahoo, that's more advertisements. You see more clicks. You understand. That's how it works. Okay? That's how it works. It's kind of like Tila Tequila. Remember her? The MySpace superstar, right? She had a lot of followers on MySpace and, everything. She got a TV show, everything, right? And so here, notice he's showing his jet. This guy, I guess he bought a jet or something to show like Grant Cardone. This guy has copied Grant Cardone. I'll get to that here in a second. This guy is such a fraudster, such a disgusting, parasitic con man. It's just, and anyone out there on YouTube who's covers things in the financial genre, who's not exposing this guy at least once a week, and I mean going after him hard, at least once a week. Okay? If you're not doing that, then you're the enemy. You're just a bullshit artist. You may do it once here and there. Why? Because you want to get the subs. You want to make it look like you're the good guy. No. You need to slam the hammer down on this scam artist. If you're not doing that, you're one of the bad guys, and you probably are, because most likely some of these people out there who go after some of these guys, they're monetizing their channel. They're selling advertisements. They're selling advertisements for scammers, and they're talking about scammers. How are they any better? They're not any better, folks. If you're pretending to go after scammers and you're selling advertisements on your channel for scammers, then how are you any better? You're not. It's the same. You're being duped, folks. They're duping you. That's what they're doing. Now, Kevin's not duping you. He's a scammer. He's selling ads for scammers on his channel. I mean, he's going to tell you he's not a scammer, but he is. Of course, Kevin, and I'll go ahead and mention this now. Kevin began his channel as a real estate agent. Stupid real estate things, with his little howdy-doody smile and his whole nonsense. Those videos weren't really cutting it, so he starts going after Grant Cardone and Dave Ramsey. And it's funny because, I mean, I don't understand, like, who needs people to expose Grant Cardone as a scammer or Dave Ramsey? They're obvious scammers. If you don't know that, you're going to have a hard time in life. Okay? You're going to have a hard time in life. You don't do any research. You just believe what you hear. But Kevin went after Grant Cardone, and then what? He became Grant Cardone. He studied what Grant Cardone is doing. Grant Cardone came on YouTube after he saw Ty Lopez scam everybody. He realized, look, it's open market, open season. And then they had the SEC pass the crowdfunding law and the other laws, which had to do with Reg FD, allowing hedge funds, private equity, to be raised to solicit it publicly. That's when the scams began. That's when the SEC really screwed up. Big problem. The scams galore. That's why you got Grant Cardone pitching his real estate bullshit, which are basically enormous fee structure. Okay? And what Grant Cardone does is he basically makes all these false claims. And he's another guy that shows money. Anybody that shows money. Look at this money. All the checks coming in. Look at my money. Folks, who would do that? Like, what shameless money worshiping loser would do that? He's doing that to cater to the broke, desperate people. Anybody who shows money and talks about all this money, they do that. They're a scammer. Write it down. Guaranteed. Every time. I will guarantee it every freaking time. Kevin did it too. This is no different than the lifestyle scam. You know, how these trading gurus, and by the way, all guys that promote trading services are scammers. Day trading as a investment strategy, long term, is a lie. It's a scam. Okay, I've already talked about that. People promoting trading for a living and they say they make millions, they're liars and fraudsters, all of them. Remember, I'm Mike Stathis. I'm one of the top investment analysts in the world. I worked on Wall Street. I've advised multi-billion-dollar funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, endowments, pension plans. All these trading guys, whether it's Tim Sykes or his little so-called millionaire students, that's all a big scam. And then you've got all these other guys, Trading Institute, and Antoine Creel, they're all lying. Ricky Gutierrez, all these people, Humble Trader, they're all liars. Day trading is a lie. You're going to get blown out eventually. It's not sustainable. There's no competitive advantage. If you don't have a competitive advantage, buy the S&P 500 and stay away from the market. Don't follow any financial news ever. Just buy the S&P. I'll hold it forever. If you don't have a competitive advantage, you're never going to beat the S&P 500 long term, guaranteed. Competitive advantage. Because you can't compete against people like me, against Wall Street, against the pros, against the guys with the big funds, the insider information. You can't compete. You think you can? Good luck. Okay. Kevin has copied the whole Grant Cardone marketing scam model. Show your jet, talk about money, right? And now Kevin's got this house hack thing, which I believe is going to be a huge scam because Kevin's behind it. Anything this guy is behind, you better believe it needs to be assumed as a scam because this guy is a dishonest scam artist. He's a deceiver. He's a scammer. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, so here we go. So he's got his other channels here.
So you're here tomorrow to ring the bell.
It's not enough. One's not enough. He wants more and more and more. Money worshiper. I got one more. I want more content. They see that, folks. They throw content out. It's all about quantity over quality. I talked about this many years ago when Apple and then Amazon destroyed the publishing industry with their whole $9.99 book, the Kindle. It's all quantity. And now people don't have an ability. There's so much shit out there. It's just massive content everywhere that even if you have an inkling of being able to kind of see what's going on, you get fatigued. You eventually fall prey to all the bullshit because you can't get through all the shit. It's about disinformation, folks. It's about disinformation. Okay, that's why these people pump out. The more content they pump out, the more views they get, the more subscribers they get. It's about quantity, reaching more people. It's a volume game. You understand that? Okay, that's the whole scam behind the internet and ad-based content. Our friend, the fake detective guru, CoffeeZilla, he's got like 3 channels now. He wants more money. Total fucking scammer. And of course, this guy I mentioned, I think in part 1, CoffeeZilla is so stupid that he went on Lex Fridman, and I saw the interview. It looked like he was a little uncomfortable in his face, the CoffeeZilla boy, and I don't know. I mean, he was a little worried. Looked like at first, and I guess Lex Fridman's so stupid. This Friedman guy, Friedman or whatever how you ever say his name. This guy, I suspect, I have question about his academic credentials. I question because he's a very stupid guy. I'm going to talk about that in the future. But clearly, there should be something going on with this guy. How he promoted the self-driving scam. He got in the good graces of Elon Musk, Joe Rogan. He's in the Joe Rogan, Elon Musk circle jerk. He's such a cloud chaser. He's a disgusting, pathetic loser. And he was too stupid to realize that CoffeeZilla would never expose him because CoffeeZilla is too stupid. CoffeeZilla has no fucking clue this guy's a scammer. CoffeeZilla just goes after like low-level, stupid nonsense that's already been exposed. You see, Coffee, why don't you expose Lex Friedman for promoting the self-driving hoax? Are you too stupid? Well, I'm telling you how to do it. I'm telling you what's going on. He did this to get in graces with Elon Musk. Elon Musk then came on his show, and he grew his channel. Joe Rogan, so forth, so on and so forth. That's how you got on Joe Rogan, Coffee Boy. I mean, Coffee, why aren't you exposing Joe Rogan? He's a fraud. He's a gatekeeping scam artist. Fake moon landing, selling nutritional supplements that are placebos. You get out of here. There's so much bullshit going on. It's sad. Folks, and this is not by any means a comprehensive list. I'm just citing this right now. I should make a list, but it still would be too long to be comprehensive. I'll just rattle a few names off the top of my head. If you're following any one of the following individuals, CoffeeZilla, Meet Kevin, Joe Rogan, Lex Friedman, Kathy Wood, Peter Schiff, Mike Maloney, who else? Patrick Bet-David, Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins, so many more. I mean, thousands more. If you're following any of these people, you're in deep trouble. Alex Jones. They're all in the same circle jerk, and each one of them has their own little circle jerk. They're all connected, by the way. All of them. You're in deep trouble. You're getting disinformation. You're getting misinformation. You're being steered down the gutter. Okay? These people make a living blabbering. They blabber, create cults, and sell you their shit. Blabber, create cults, and sell you their shit. Whether it's Peter Schiff, Mike Maloney, blabbering, telling you all this nonsense about staying out of the stock market, you lost a fortune. Okay? Make no money off gold or silver. No money. You lose money. You invest in Peter Schiff's funds. They're all shit. Right? You miss out on the greatest wealth transfer, at least in the modern period, you missed out on if you weren't in the stock market over the past decade. Peter Schiff is the guy that got you out of that stock market, probably. Mike Maloney, yeah, all the fear-mongering, right? Jim Rickards, Zero Hedge. You listen to any of these people, you're in deep trouble. Porter Stansberry, anybody at Agora Financial, including, by the way, Robert Kiyosaki is now under that umbrella. Tim Sykes under that umbrella. Many other scam artists under that umbrella. You're in deep trouble. I know this whole realm. I've been exposing it, examining it, researching it for the better part of 2 decades, and I've got thousands of publications on it. That's right. I forgot Harry Dent, of course, David Stockman. Okay. Nomi Prenz. Anybody promoting gold and silver. Doug Casey, Rick Rule, Eric Sprott, that whole list, all those guys. They're all connected, folks. They're all in the same circle jerk. Now, some of them are a little more distant away from that circle jerk. You know, the connections are a little closer for some, more distant for others. But bottom line is all these con artists, all these scammers are connected in one way or shape or form. And some of them are closer connections, some of them are indirect connections. That's one thing I've learned. And the same applies on YouTube. Okay? Ask yourself why CoffeeZilla's not going after Meet Kevin. I mean, now it doesn't even matter now. It's not going to do anything. Meet Kevin's already got his cult. CoffeeZilla is a complete fraud. He's not who he's complete fiction. It's fiction. He's not who he says. He's not a fake guru detective. No, you're not, boy. You're not. You're a fake guru promoter. You promote fake gurus, CoffeeZilla. You promoted Tom Nash. You promoted Patrick Boyle, who lied about who he is. You know that? Patrick Boyle claimed to be a hedge fund manager. He wasn't a hedge fund manager when he got on YouTube. his hedge fund blew up. And CoffeeZilla got this guy, Patrick Boyle, to interview him about fake gurus, about fake trading gurus, stock trading guys. And Patrick Boyle buckled. He didn't really come out and expose them. You know why? CoffeeZilla is too stupid to realize this because he doesn't do proper due diligence. And he's too ignorant. If he'd done proper due diligence, he would have realized that Patrick Boyle, and I think Patrick Boyle even admitted this during the interview. Correct me if I'm wrong. Patrick Boyle ran a trading hedge fund, a quant fund, which basically was day trading, was gambling. So CoffeeZilla, think about it. CoffeeZilla asked a guy who he thought was legitimate and credible, okay, about trading, saying, oh, it can't be done. This guy was doing the same thing, and he failed. Think about it. That's why Patrick Boyle didn't come out after these trading gurus and really slam them down and call them frauds. Because Patrick Boyle was essentially doing the same thing to some degree. Think about it. He was trading futures contracts. He was trading commodities, futures contracts. That is legally, officially, formally classified as speculation. Speculation means kind of gambling. He's trading. There's nothing really. There's no basis. Just looking at patterns and trying to make money. Right? CoffeeZilla went to one of one of these guys that he's trying to call out to ask them about it. He didn't even realize it. And on top of that, Patrick Boyle claimed to be a hedge fund manager. He claimed it for a few years. I remember I went on his channel many times and said, no, you're not a hedge fund manager. You're a former hedge fund manager. Patrick Boyle promoted himself as something he was not, as a way to seem credible. That's fraud, buddy. That's dishonesty. That's fraud, man. You built yourself up. You didn't correctly classify who you were. That makes you a liar and a fraud, Patrick Boyle. And CoffeeZilla, you're responsible for that. You're a total loser. You're a total scumbag. Stop selling scam ads on your videos, Coffee Kid. You're a hypocrite. You're a promoter of fake gurus. You promote Tom Nash. You're selling fake scam ads on your videos. You're promoting that industry. You're promoting those people. You're helping them. You're a fake guru promoter. CoffeeZilla is a fake guru promoter. Yeah, back to Kevin. I'll get back to this weasel in the future and many more weasels, maybe. Depends. I mean, just depends if I can get Wi-Fi and do some streams when I'm taking a cruise. I'm not going to be devoting my time on a day-to-day basis wasting on these scammers. That's for damn sure. It's not worth my time. So, what else we have here? So here we go. So let me just continue. This reminds me. Major banks warn of mega collapse coming prepared. Well, this is a day ago. Yesterday. You can see here. Well, guess what, folks? This is Mike Stathis, one of the top investment analysts in the world, predicted the details of the 2008 financial crisis, including nailing the bottom in the Dow. That's right. Talked about it, wrote about it a year and a half, actually 2.5 years before the bottom in the Dow. I wrote about the exact bottom in my book, Dow 6500. And I warned about it in 2008 as well in some articles published online. And then I wrote about it on the exact day, March 10th, 2009. Many other things I've done. One of the top analysts in the world. Nobody can refute that. I think I'm actually the top. I'd like to see someone out there challenge me on that. Because I want to know, am I the number one guy? But here's the point. I don't know about any major collapse coming. So how does this guy know? And by the way, do you think Wall Street's accurate? Wall Street missed 2022 completely. I nailed 2022, the collapse. I warned people in early February to get out. I got people back in. I nailed the bottom. I predicted the bottom in October 2022. Okay? I nailed the bull market that we're in. In June 2023, I told people the market's going to soar. Wall Street missed everything. They only came in November, late November, November 21st, 23rd, 2023, and they came out with their bullish forecast. That's fact. In fact, Goldman Sachs was the last holdout. They had to raise their estimates of 2024 by December because they were looking like idiots. So there's 2 points here. First and foremost, if I don't know about any collapse, how do you know, Kevin? Number 2, Wall Street. You're going by Wall Street. This is the point I've been trying to make, folks. All these fake investment gurus on YouTube, all they do is they just listen to CNBC and all other financial media. That's where they get their bullshit from. So you're listening to somebody who's listening to the dumb money. So you're listening to someone who's dumb. He doesn't know anything about stocks, Kevin. And his source is dumb money. So it's doubly dumb. Complete. Now, I'm not here to talk about myself. Once again, I don't like to talk about myself and my accomplishments. I only do that for you to understand. It's important to know who you're listening to. Credibility. Everyone's opinion is not the same, right? What everyone has to say is not the same. How are you qualified? Kevin, how are you qualified to talk about stocks? You're not. Being state licensed doesn't mean shit. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know anything about the stock market. Okay? So ask yourself the question, how am I qualified? And how much am I qualified? How credible am I when I come out and tell you about Kevin being a fraud and a scam artist? And about all these guys on YouTube being frauds and scam artists. These fake investment gurus. Ask yourself that question. Look into my track record, my research track record. Okay? The problem is that most of you, if you're listening on YouTube, you're too ignorant to even assess my credentials. You can't even understand what happened during the financial crisis. You can't even assess, you can't even put in proper context. You don't even understand the importance of what I've done. That's the problem. And to you people, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. I'm not an expert in every single topic. There's things that I don't know anything about. I'm naive. I'm stupid about. That's fine. For you people, if you don't have that certain level of understanding, you need to stay away. You need to buy the S&P index and stay away from all this shit. I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to help you from being exploited by these parasites on YouTube and the financial media. If you don't have a certain level of competence, whether it be in the investment world or even in the human nature world, understanding how to spot con men, just stay away from all that. You're better off buying the S&P and just holding it and staying away from all financial media. And you'll thank me in a few decades. Because if you don't do that, chances are you're going to mess up your life. And you're going to make scammers wealthy at your expense. Okay? Let's listen to this now here.
Hey everyone, me Kevin here. It was
Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Yeah, I'm official. Always starts that way. This guy is a fraud.
9 days ago that I posted a YouTube video titled Going to Cash. And boy, oh boy, a lot of things have actually gotten worse since that video. In this video, we're not just going to remind you that structural CPI and PPI has stagnated against many people's expectations.
This guy doesn't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. He's a con man, he's a liar, he's a manipulator, he's a piece of garbage, he's a scam artist. And I want you all out there, let me just go ahead and say, save everything from this guy. Download all his videos. He's gonna hide them, he's gonna delete them, record everything from this guy. Record, save his private sessions, his live private sessions, everything you can. Create an evidence file on this guy. Here we go, another scam. The Millionaire Symposium. Accelerate your wealth. I mean, who does this crap? This is Tai Lopez type of shit. This is even Robert Kiyosaki doesn't create this. And Robert Kiyosaki is one of the world's largest, best known con men, scammers. The guy's a complete fucking scammer and liar. Even Robert Kiyosaki doesn't do this shit. Look, he's going to teach you for $1,500 per person. What kind of a piece of garbage fraudster does this? This is a child who's been out of college for a few years. Wow. A lot of dumb people in the world. Here's his scam courses. Charges a lot of money. You can be a member. You charge you only $10,000. Look, only $10,000 to join. Only $10,000 to join. I don't care if it's free. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose money following this guy. Guaranteed. Now, there's going to be someone who joins at the right time or does things on their own. So, due to luck. So I would say you have a 95% chance, and I'm going to guarantee it. A large audience of people are going to lose money. You listen to this guy. 95% chance over time. Lose your ass. That's what I believe. And when it comes to his direct scams, I think you're going to lose everything. Okay? You buy any of his courses, think about how much you're going to lose. Disinformation. Folks, if you're not getting a competitive advantage, you think this guy has a competitive advantage? No, he doesn't. If you're teaching basic shit, that's not a competitive advantage. That teaches you enough to be dangerous and to cause yourself to lose your ass. Anybody charging for any type of information needs to be an expert. He's not an expert at anything except for conning people. He should be making courses, selling courses on how to con people, how to defraud people, how to scam people, how to lie and cheat your way into wealth. That's the only course he's qualified to sell. Daily wealth. Another scam. Oh, it's free. Free! Yeah. It's about patching you in. Folks, it's kind of like the Amazon ecosystem. Why do you think that they push their Prime membership so much? Because once they got you into the Prime, they got you into their ecosystem. They have a constant communication with you, and you're going to be buying everything through Amazon. Same thing with these little free newsletters. He pays somebody to do it. It's just generic, stupid nonsense, little copywriting crap. But you're looking at the email, right? And eventually he's going to have, I got a special deal for you. You understand? It's about how con artists latch into you. As a research provider, and I have, subscribers and so forth, I don't email anybody. Ever. I think if you have an email system and you're emailing people, oh, another article, you're trying to lure them into your cult. People look at my website, members look at articles, videos, whatever, as clients, when they want to. They come because they feel compelled, not because I'm constantly spamming them emails, by the way. And I'm using myself as an example. I don't know how many other people out there do that, but the whole email marketing system, that's email marketing has been created. That's a kind of morphed into a huge scam in and of itself. What do we have here? So he wants to pitch the whole AI bullshit. Everyone's into AI. AI this. Oh yeah, AI. Well, it's got to be AI. AI. Yeah, okay. I want to see. I saw somebody's name here that it's a con man. I think I want to see here. When I was scrolling up, I want to show you guys. Let me see if I was right. I want to say that I saw the name Jim Rohn, who is one of Tony Robbins' teachers, former teachers. Did I see it, or I don't know. But you can bet that Meet Kevin is he's a student of Tony Robbins and a follower of Robert Kiyosaki. He wants to learn the tactics of conning people. You see, that's what I mentioned in the part one. How a long time ago I mentioned the real danger of people like Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki is that they're creating breeding grounds of new, younger generation scam artists, and that's what we see today. That's exactly what you see when you look at YouTube.
And you go into so much crazy detailed value.
So take a look at this guy. Look at his facial. Can you tell he's a con man just by looking at him? Look at that. Make more money and get shit done faster. Featuring AI. Okay. He wants to tell you to use ChatGPT to help you.
So a lot of people come to me and say, hey, Kevin, how do
people come to me and notice the fake little, once again, Listen to Don Lepre, the exaggerated, weird, annoying speaking. When you hear that, you should. That's another telltale sign of con man. Well, so a lot of people come to me and they say, well,
You run all these businesses and get so much stuff.
because you're not running real businesses. You're running kind of shell businesses, shell companies. It's hot air bullshit. That's what you're doing, Kevin. You're a scam artist. You're a parasite. You're a human, and I use that term loosely, human parasite. That's what you are. You're a ferociously dangerous scam artist. You need some justice. You really do.
Stuff done, and yet you're still able to provide really good value.
Good value. Give me an example. You provide no value. You're a scammer.
Not just for free, publicly, but then you go into so much crazy detailed value that I didn't even know I needed in all these amazing courses that you have, and you keep adding value to
No,
them.
you don't. You're a liar and a scam artist. And by the way, anybody, this is another golden rule that I came out with many years ago. Anyone who, the typical scam artist will show you, they'll show you there. In this case, he doesn't refer to what, in other words, he could actually be posting advertisements on these networks. So the typical person's going to look at it and say, well, he's been featured on. So normally you'll say, been featured on, and it'll show the media companies. And they do this because they know they don't have any real results to show you. And they know that most people think the media is legitimate. And the fact is the media is not legitimate. In the vast majority of cases, the people are scammers or swindlers, you see. Because the media, remember, the media provides you content for free. And they do that because they make money through advertisements. Okay? So who's the product? You're the product, the audience. Why? Well, because they're going to deceive you for the benefit of their customers, the advertisers. The advertisers are the customers of ad-based content. Same thing with YouTube. You understand? The advertisers are the customers of the ad-based content, of the firms that provide ad-based content. So therefore, if the content is created in a way that creates more business for the advertisers, those advertisement slots are more valuable. Advertisers have to pay more money to show their ads. How can the content providers, the media firms, how can they create content that's more valuable for advertisers? By creating a higher conversion rate. You understand? By creating content that gets the viewers to click on to the ads. You understand now? This is why the media creates dumb money. In other words, and I've given this example, CNBC. CNBC, if you listen to CNBC and you follow the so-called experts there, which almost always, more than 9 out of 10 times, they're broken clocks or complete idiots and wrong. If you listen to them, you're going to lose money. And if you continue to do that, over time, you're going to be devastated and you're going to need help. So guess what? Who do you think advertises? Merrill Lynch, Charles Schwab, Bank of America, right? JP Morgan, mutual fund companies, insurance companies. They're there to help you. At some point, you realize you need some help. You understand? That's why the dumb money is created. It's also created to help their buddies on Wall Street. Easier to take money from you guys who they put in to a bad investment or trade that's getting ready to be sold by the Wall Street guys. They get you in and they sell at the top. Okay? The point is that anybody that shows this media as if they've been in the media or whatever, they're doing this because they want to create credibility. Because they think that you think, because most people do think the media is credible. And I'm here to tell you, whenever you see this, you know you're dealing with a chump. You're dealing with either a con man or a complete idiot. He needs to use this. Kevin, why don't you show us a track record, right? If you're providing value, you don't have a track record. Well, actually you do, but it's a disaster. And of course, you've removed most of your videos showing how you've lost people money that listen to you. Okay? You're a fraud.
How do you do that? Well,
You must use AI.
That is exactly what this course is all about. See, this course actually started...
This guy is such a scammer. He will create a course on anything. He's into this whole... This is the mindset. You become such a scammer that every single hot topic you're creating a course on. And write it down. You're going to see something else pop up in the future, some hot trend. He's going to have a course on it. The guy is an absolute disgusting, filthy scam artist.
As the path to wealth. How can we get you to build your wealth by making more money, right? We then rebranded it to the Elite Hustlers Group because we wanted to make sure that you knew this was all...
Hustlers University. I mean, folks, what's funny is that this generation, they think hustling is great. Hustle, how to hustle. Well, I don't know, but I remember hustling means it's kind of a scam. A street hustler. That means you're kind of scamming people. You understand? You're a scammer. Hustlers University. This guy makes Donald Trump seem like a completely honest and competent businessman. Okay? And we all know Donald Trump. He had Trump University. The guy's obviously a scam artist. I mean, Trump. But Kevin is so much worse. He makes Trump seem completely legitimate, completely honest, and everything that Trump has done is completely on the mark. Good. Legitimate. That's how, if you compare Meet Kevin, that's how Trump looks. To give you an idea what a disgusting scammer this guy is.
Before I share it, let me ask you, if you are like me, or rather, are you like me?
Yeah. Here we go. I went from zero to millionaire with real estate. No, you didn't. No, you're a liar and you're a fraudster. You're a scam artist.
For considering the do-it-yourself property management and rental renovations course.
So he wants to teach. This is the type of people, and I feel bad for these people, but who he knows his audience. This is how utterly useless and stupid his audience is. If you need a course on teaching you how to renovate a property and to manage a property, you're never going to make money. Don't even invest in any property, okay? You're not going to make any money. Real estate investing is amongst one of the easiest things to do in the world. It doesn't take rocket science. It's not a genius. The thing is, you're not going to get rich quickly. But if you're renting real estate, it's a long process. You make money after many years, okay? That's what you do. And you know what? It's quite simple. Just hire a property management firm. Okay, there's no secrets. This guy is just selling ice to Eskimos. He's a complete fraudster. Anything he thinks of, he can make money selling. Some idea he will do. Whether he's qualified, whether he can provide unique value or not, doesn't matter. He's got an audience of pigeons. That's the problem. And I want to warn you pigeons out there, stay away from this poison. It's complete poison. The problem is they're in a cult. They've been brainwashed. They don't realize it, and that's the sad thing. It's once a person is in a cult, it's over. They're toast.
This course is dedicated to helping you understand how to maximize your cash flow, but not just
Fucking idiot. YouTube channel building lessons. Well, you do teach people the real. The most vital lessons that you've used to create scams and lie to people. House hack. This is Kevin's one of his newer scams, and folks, you invest in this garbage, you're a goddamn idiot. Okay, you want to invest in real estate? Really, the easiest, best way is buy a real estate investment trust. It's publicly traded. Don't buy no Fundrise garbage. Fundrise, any investment funds that are advertised like regularly on YouTube, you can write it down. They're probably either scams or shitty investments. They're not good investments, okay? And especially private equity ones. Why do you think these guys like Grant Cardone want you to invest in their why not invest in a Starwood Capital Trust, right? Why not invest in Public Storage, right? Why not invest in Triple N, right? Why not invest in good, credible, publicly traded REITs have billions of dollars in capital, have access to the capital markets, that have expertise, that have transparency, that have due diligence, external due diligence, third-party due diligence overseeing them, like analysts, right? They have institutional grade investors. Why not do that instead of investing in a dark cloud of private equity that people don't really see what's going on, like with Grant Cardone, like with Meet Kevin? You understand? You got to be a complete idiot to invest in anything Kevin does or Grant Cardone does. Okay, I can tell you that right now. But let me just say this, okay? If I had to do one or the other, if I was forced, I can guarantee you I will invest with Grant Cardone over Meet Kevin. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. But Grant Cardone, it appears from what I've seen, he charges very high fees, and it's not worth it. You have no liquidity. You have to hold your investment for many years, and the fees amount to, they cut into what's going to be your profit, your returns. The fees are outrageous. Okay, but you see, when you're dealing with unsophisticated investors, chumps, they don't know the difference. They don't know that the fees are high. They don't realize it. Why do you think Grant Cardone is focusing on YouTube? Because it's a bunch of idiots. That's why. Why do you think Kevin is there? Kevin saw, all these people see it's a breeding ground. It's a playground for scammers. YouTube. It's a disgusting portal that needs to be shut down. It's that simple. That's why all these people on YouTube, folks, they're drooling. All these people with their channels, they're drooling. Now, I'm not here to say that every single person is a grade 10 scammer. Grade 10 scammer, I'll call that, is the highest level of scammer. You have different levels of scammers, but don't think that a grade 1 scammer can't progress to 10. In most cases, that's what happens. They start out small, and in some cases, they don't start out as scammers. They have innocent intentions, but they all become scammers over time. If they're monetizing their channel, the greed takes over. I've been watching it for nearly 2 decades. Ever since YouTube was monetized, that was the beginning of the end. I think they were monetized maybe 2007 or 8 or something like that, maybe 7, 6. That began, and it's getting worse every single year. Here we go. The Millionaire Symposium. This is the ultimate scam, the ultimate bullshit. I mean, what does this guy know? I mean, folks, think about this. I mean, this is the problem. If you're watching YouTube, you don't have any perspective on anything. You're looking at idiots. Kevin doesn't know anything. He's a blabbermouth marketing scammer and liar. For instance, and there's people that know a lot more than me about a lot of things. Okay? I'm going on 3 decades as a professional investment analyst in this industry. Well, not 3 decades as a professional investment analyst, but 3 decades as an investment professional and nearly 2 decades as a professional analyst. Very successful track record. I've worked in venture capital. I've worked as a merchant banker. I know a lot about the industry. There's people that know more about the industry than me, for sure. A lot of people. But think about this. Am I holding millionaire symposiums? I have cutting edge research. I know what's going on. I predicted the boom in China back in 2006, and I predicted the bust back in 2021. Right? I predicted so many things. I'm not coming out. These are scam portals, scam events for scammers. You understand? It's marketing bullshit. People that are qualified to do something like this would never do it because they provide real value. People that are not qualified, who make claims that they're going to give you all this information and value and wealth and this and that, they're not going to give you shit. They're liars and scammers. Let's take a look here real quick.
I'm so excited to announce the Millionaire Symposium. Hey everyone, Meet Kevin here. In a 3-day event, we want to teach you how to go from zero to millionaire.
Okay, 3 days, he's going to teach you how to become from zero to million. So if you're broke, flat broke to a millionaire. Folks, let me explain something. As much as I know, and look, there's people that have vast amounts of wealth. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or, I mean, those guys, they game the system to some degree. right? Let's look at someone like Warren Buffett, who has made his money as purely as in the investment market, okay? Is Warren Buffett coming out with a symposium? Ask Warren Buffett if he can, in 3 days or less or more, show you how to go from zero to a millionaire. He'll tell you, no, that's a scam. He'll tell you, that's a scam. Nobody can do that. There's no formula. Anyone who claims that is an absolute fraudster, scam artist. Now, a person like Warren Buffett would be qualified to give something like this symposium. He'd be qualified. But he wouldn't do it because he knows it's a scam. I'm not saying Warren Buffett's hands are completely clean, but once again, there's different levels of dishonesty and scamming. And I wouldn't say Warren Buffett is a grade 10 scammer or 9 or 8 or 7 or 6 or 5. I would say he's below that, okay, based upon the things that he's done in the past in the stock market. Kevin is a grade 10 scammer. He's the highest grade of scammer. He's a big scammer. Nobody can teach you how to become a millionaire off of 3 days. I personally, and I know infinitely more than Kevin about investments. That goes without saying. I couldn't teach you probably in 5 years. Why? There's no formula. There's a lot of luck, and it depends upon your judgment. It depends upon you, okay? How you handle things, you. There's certain things you can be armed with to help you, but ultimately it's all about what you do, not about what someone tells you. It's how you navigate things on your own. You see, people don't have confidence. They're lazy. They want to be told things. They want to be told that someone can help them become a millionaire. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Anyone who tells you that is a liar, a fraud, a scammer. I challenge you to find a competent, experienced, qualified, honest person disagree with that. They will agree with me. They will say, yeah, he's right. Meet Kevin. Kevin Pathrath is a fraud. Complete, disgusting scam artist.
Whether it's stocks, crypto, finance, real estate, you name it.
You name it. He's got the formula for everything. In 3 days, he's going to make you become a millionaire starting from zero, whether it's stocks, real estate, crypto, you name it, anything. I mean, think about that. Obviously, he's a fraud. Kevin, you're a fraud, and you need to be stopped. You need to be stopped immediately and definitively. You are a fraud. You're a parasite. Stop it.
In this 3-day event, we want to show you the strategies for going from zero to millionaire, investing in real estate or whatever your preference is. We're going to have various different speakers, starting with Ross Gerber from Gerber Kawasaki. I will personally be presenting zero to millionaire.
So Ross Gerber, let me go on record. My name is Mike Stathis. I suggest you look into who the fuck I am, boy. You're partnering with Kevin. Meet Kevin. You know he's a scammer. You know what he's done. You're familiar with the guy, very familiar with him. You're partnering with him. I believe, and I've not been proven otherwise, ever. I've never seen a case that's been an exception. Birds of a feather flock together. Ross, you're partnering with a well-known scam artist. Meet Kevin. Kevin Pathrath. Ross, who's this guy? I mean, look at this guy. Am I surprised? No. Ross Gerber. My name is Mike Stathis. And I'm telling you right now, you know Meet Kevin. You know what he's done. You know that Meet Kevin was selling unregistered securities through FTX, promotion of FTX. You know Kevin was promoting the FTX Ponzi scheme. And you're partnering with him at this event. Birds of a feather always flock together. Ross Gerber, I've concluded that you are a scammer because you're associating with the scammer. No honest person would associate with a scammer. You're associating with this guy. Why, Ross? You should be considered a scammer, Ross. Everyone out there, consider this guy a scammer. You are judged by the company that you keep. Never forget that, ever.
millionaire real estate strategies, and we'll have people from all sorts of different finance sectors as well. Now, the price of these tickets will be going up as we announce more speakers.
Oh, I better get it now. Sense of urgency. Scam.
So right now, what you want to know is this. 3 days, June 21, 22, 23. The 21st will be a reception and cocktail sort of meet and greet event, and then we'll have 2 days, 2 full days of actual learning, itineraries, and sessions, speakers, you name it. It's going to be an amazing event. It is going to be in Vegas.
Of course it's in Vegas. Vegas holds all the scam events. That's the capital of all the scam events.
So mark your calendar for June 21st through 23rd. It is going to be the finance event of the year.
The finance event of the year. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. The finance event of the year. No, the scam event of the year.
And you're going to want to be there.
No, I'm not. Folks, I want to encourage you, if you go there, and even if you're in a cult, record everything. Hidden camera. You can buy them on Amazon. Don't rely on just one. I would suggest you install several. Watch hidden camera, watch lapel, so on and so forth, and also have a record audio. Record everything from this event. Let me tell you right now, record this. This could be some good evidence against this guy, against any of the participants. And I want to encourage you to record everything this guy says. Kevin is now licensed under the state of California, and so he can be sued. Kevin can be sued now for any type of financial advice, anything he says that's illegal, and you all probably aren't going to know the securities laws. Record everything. I want to encourage you all to create a database to start filing on Kevin. His career of a parasitic con man needs to come to an end. We need to make sure and have this guy subjected to justice. So I want to encourage you all to record everything, to compile a database. That's the only way to stop this scammer. And by the way, it doesn't end with Kevin. All these fake investment gurus on ScamTube, go after them. Okay? Expose these guys. Create channels exposing these guys as scammers that they are. And remember, everybody who's posting affiliate links, if they're not showing Federal Trade Commission disclaimer, then they're breaking the law. They have to disclose that they're getting compensated right below or above immediately the affiliate link. It can't be hidden. It can't be later on. It has to be right there. And no one's doing that. You know why? Because all the channel creators on YouTube are money worshipers. And they're not there for you. They're creating bullshit content to take advantage of you. You're the victim. You understand? They're going after you. Some of you are not going to see that. That's okay. I don't really care. I've said my piece. I've done what I need to do.
It's called the Millionaire Symposium, and the link is down below. Can't wait to see you there. Keep in mind, we'll also have presenters from startups. For example, House Hack will have a small segment for House Hack as well. So if you're interested in meeting the House Hack team, investor relations, you name it, what we're doing, we'll have a
You're scamming people. You're a scammer. You're a liar. You're a fraudster. You're exploiting people. You have built this audience, these investors through House Hack, through your bullshit perception that you've created on YouTube. You have created a mountain of lies and scams. You are a complete fraud.
House Hack segment and in-person Q&A segment as well, since we've got a fundraise, which you can learn.
That's all I have for today on this Scam Artist.